Being a man is not defined by money, the people you have slept with, or how much it hangs between your legs. Being a man is defined by the principles you have, your moral code, and your actions. This is something that your favorite influencer won't tell you, because it's not sexy. This is something that 90% of people don't have, but this is something that you and I can have. In this video I want to explore the concept of being a man, because in the past this is something that was absurd to think about it, because pretty much every person was following the standards imposed by society. But now, with all the new perspectives that are emerging, we don't really know what makes a man nowadays. If you're watching this video, I welcome you. But before I start, I want to make something clear. The perspectives and the characteristics that I'm going to describe in this video can be applied to anyone. But because I'm a heterosexual man and I've lived with the standards that society has imposed on me for over 25 years, I'm going to focus on talking to the people that have the same experience as me. So, if any case, if you feel offended, it's okay. This is simply my opinion, so I'm open to debate. For now, enjoy the video. A man is a person with infinite characteristics. Often when we think about the stereotypical image of a man, we think about someone that has everything under control. Someone in his 40s, with a beard, with a good physique, and someone that doesn't express his emotions. But all these characteristics only increase the insecurities of those of us who work to have a place in this society. A society that doesn't need us in the roles we used to have. Because men are no longer the providers, nor women are no longer the only ones in charge of the home and the children. In this sense, a person, especially a man of the 21st century, should not allow himself to be defined by others. One way or another, he must establish his own path by which he can show who he is, through his hobbies, actions, or thoughts, without criticizing himself or being criticized by others. He is simply able to enjoy and identify himself with them because he likes them, as long as he doesn't cause any harm to another person. What's wrong with being a serious lawyer, but at night you are a stand-up comedian? What's wrong with being a bodybuilder that loves romantic novels? Or what's wrong with being a gamer that has a black belt in jiu-jitsu? A man, or any mature person, does not allow himself to be identified by groups or stereotypes that people are trying to impose on him. He has no need to belong or fit in anywhere, and even less so, these groups encourage behaviors such as negativity, discrimination, or segregation. Feeling comfortable with your oddities is what defines you. Having the confidence to mix your contradictions and characteristics, which society insists on classifying as masculine or feminine. This is something fundamental if you want to make a place in this world. It's time to break some myths. You can be a man and you can cry. That doesn't mean that sometimes you maybe want to show your competitors that you are the best. You can have the ability to be empathetic, sensitive, and have enough emotional intelligence to connect with your loved ones. These values don't disable you to be this monster that wants to be the boss of his life. Being strong is not just a physical concept. In fact, the advanced society in which we live right now is thanks to the most intelligent people that have lived throughout history. People that sometimes have some problem fitting in society. As the old philosophers said, a healthy mind in a healthy body. And this can go both ways. If you are able to train your body in a constant and disciplined way to achieve its greatest potential, you can also train your mind and your knowledge that you have, accumulating it to have another tool in your arsenal. Or do you want to be a piece of meat with a lot of biceps but with the personality of a rock? Are you only good for three things? Eat, sit, and sleep? It is neither masculine or mature, nor for an adult person to be a puppet of those who make the decisions for you, without you realizing it. Those capable of thinking their own superficiality. Being strong means to be able to reason and take your own decisions without blindly following the influences of others. Don't forget that they are going to make you doubt, and they are going to try to test you emotionally and mentally. But don't make that stop you training your own abilities. Don't stop making you strong. This is also being a man. Being able to do what's difficult for you. Physically, emotionally, even if you don't feel prepared for it. Because this experience will give you knowledge, and with this knowledge, without a doubt, is something that is going to make you strong. It's something that is going to let you have control of your life. A man is a teacher, a father, and a role model. A man is someone that is able to be an example for those around him, to guide them through his example and his work, so they can achieve the best version of themselves, encouraging and supporting them if they need a helping hand. Constant greed and laziness can be a way to learn, but maintain over time is something that will lead to failure. We must be patient and understanding with our loved ones to show them that their actions and words have consequences. For every goal you set in life should be a constant action that leads to achieve it. You cannot tell your child not to smoke, not to drink, or to study if you yourself are not an example. You can be an addict and be aware of it. Show them and teach them your own mistakes. But if your son has never seen you pick up a book, or you are drinking beer every day, or you are smoking every time in his personal space, how can you tell anything? How can you say anything to him? You can tell me I don't know the stress of life, that I don't know the weight of a family or a couple. Well, when are you going to stop making excuses? The trauma, the lack of discipline, and the lack of confidence that you have in you right now can be a consequence of years of abandonment. A man is able to observe and analyze his behavior, so he can say to himself, okay, I have to work. Not tomorrow, not yesterday, now. You cannot forget that your life has value. Your existence has to help others, not scare or intimidate them. You must serve as a support and example for others. Otherwise, future generations won't be able to do the same. It is our responsibility to teach them everything we know and have, not to plunge them into insecurities and traumas. Stupid positivity is something that I define as believing that everything is going to be okay even if you don't have any proof of it or it doesn't make any sense. Is it true? Who knows? But if you don't fight for it, you will never find out. A man is an entrepreneur. He takes risks, he seeks challenges because he is optimistic in what he strives for. What is preventing you from thinking like that? The opinion of others? Who cares? Are their lives so interesting that they can drag you down into their world of realism and denial? If the future you want doesn't correspond with the future they want for you, their opinion doesn't matter. Being a man is able to set a goal and work to achieve it, blindly trusting that you will get there in the end. Challenges and criticism only work for those who are realists. Those who will end up dying of envy once you achieve it. It's usually said that every problem has a solution. I interpret this concept as life is simple, but that doesn't mean that it's easy. Let me explain. To achieve some goals, you must follow some steps. The path is simple because you can find out what steps you have to take, but the difficulty comes with each step, which requires some effort. A man understands this and accepts that not everything is going to be easy, but everything is going to be okay in the end. Every lie leads to another lie. And that lie is placed upon another lie until you are able to make the perfect pyramid of garbage. Have you ever seen the board game which is called Jenga? You have to build a tower of pieces and you have to get rid of some pieces until one player makes the tower fall. Well, how many lies are you able to place on top of your tower until you finally make it fall? Because at this rate, it's better for you just to build another tower parallel to the one that you already have. Or maybe, just maybe, you can start by removing the pieces from top to bottom to finally solve the disaster of life that you have right now. A man is responsible for his words and is completely honest with the world and himself. That doesn't mean that the next time your partner asks you if that trousers fit badly, you will answer by saying yes. No. Believe me, I have fallen into that trap too. Being sincere is not at odds with being assertive and being able to express your emotions without having to resort to what lies. In the end, it all starts with you, by not lying to yourself, not making excuses to yourself and the person that you look in the mirror every day. And all these changes, the fact that you stop lying for just a second, will make a domino effect that will mostly change your life, almost instantly. Think, you are only limited by your head, so what kind of truths you can tell yourself right now that will help you in the future? More and more people are blaming others for the bad things that happen in their lives, without thinking that they have some kind of responsibility with their lives. Let me ask you something. If the only thing that you transmit to others is negativity, criticism and aggression, what do you think you are going to receive from the world in exchange? I'm not talking about being innocent, I'm talking about taking responsibility and admit that you can be wrong and accept the consequences that come from that, without allowing others to walk all over you for it. You are responsible for your life, down to the most minimal aspect of it, and one single mistake won't make your life end. It's very easy to fall into the trap of the victim mentality, and that everybody is criticizing you because of who you are. But I have news for you. People doesn't care about you, and in general, nobody knows about you. So, imagine how free you can be. The only drawback is that everything falls on you. A man accepts that his life is his responsibility. If your professional career is not what you like it, you can change it. Every day is born a new kind of job, a job that nobody think about a few days back. If you are surrounded by people that doesn't help you, people that hurts you physically, emotionally, spiritually, you can try to learn from others. You can try to find other kind of groups, some kind of people that is more related with you, with the person that you want to be, with someone better. And if your love life is not what you wanted, you can try to learn about attachment theory, you can try to learn about the psychology of relationships and try to improve in that aspect. Or you can also learn about how to be comfortable with yourself, with being single, without needing someone that validates you every time. Once you stop deceiving yourself and convincing yourself that you cannot do something, it's the same exact moment that you will be able to do the work needed for those things that you are putting off. Respect yourself enough to follow through the words that you say, so you can trust that your words have some kind of purpose. Show you and show the world that you are not just another smoke seller. We all have some kind of backpack full of stones that life has given us, but taking them and throwing them into another person will just help you to gain more enemies. So Learn to accept them, learn to manage them, and with time you will get the strength to carry more if needed. If I ask you what comes to your mind when I say the word man, what will come first? A middle-aged, muscular and well-dressed man, or a puny little old man who can teach you the greatest lesson that you can imagine? Who is the bigger man of these two? Why can you not be both? That's the problem. We always think that we have to aspire for the first one, the healthy one, quote unquote. But why cannot strive to get the best version of both? Why cannot be a better person? Why we cannot be a complete person, a complete man? Curiosity and wisdom don't mean sitting down in a chair of a library reading old manuscripts for 14 hours a day. You can do that if you like, but really wisdom comes from learning like a child, learning like a kid, by living, jumping into the pool of curiosity with your acknowledged ignorance, because learning is that, recognizing that you don't know but you want to know. You will never know everything, but you have to stop being afraid of looking like the class idiot, because you can only be an educated once before you ask. Later you are just a little wiser. A man is one who is able to learn from the innocence of a child and learning the wise of life by being humble with his teachers. It is a waste of your life living thinking that there's nothing more than the things that you already know and the things that you have experienced. That's something that will make you the greatest ignorant. Having all these characteristics won't make you the perfect man. You are still human, and humans cannot be perfect. That's something that we already know. But that doesn't mean that you can try to strive to get it. Try to get better every day, every time. Just 1%. It doesn't matter if you go little by little. In my opinion, if you at least take one of these characteristics, you probably are going to get better. You are going to be a better person. And that's why I'm sharing this video, and that's why I'm doing this video for you. If I want to make something clear to you, wisdom comes from knowing that you can change your history, assuming that you are not condemned by your past, assuming that you are not condemned by your family, your genes, or the excuses you are making right now. I know that comfort will give you the perfect excuse to stay the same, to not change, to not try to be better, as well as blaming others or not taking some risk. But in the end, nobody is going to erase the things that you were able to do in your life. From now on, I truly hope that you don't discover too late that life goes beyond your own head and your fears, because there are some things that you cannot put for tomorrow. You have to do them right now, this moment. Before saying goodbye, I want to thank Phil Nova, he's a YouTuber, who inspired me to make this video, because I don't think I love the video that he made about what makes a man. I will put it somewhere, okay, maybe in the description, so you can check it out. But if at any moment of my video you like it, I recommend you to check his video, because it's incredible how he's able to narrate with so much empathy. So, good day, good luck.